Hello everybody. After you have your design picked out, I'm going to print it off for you, and it's going to be on cardstock, which is kind of like a thicker paper material. Here are a few examples. I did cut one out already, just kind of for a demonstration, that when you get this out, you're going to kind of cut it out. And I would actually cut around the circle. So if this was a little confusing, but you can see the printed black lines, you want to cut it along the outside edge. And it's not like you want to cut right on that. I'd prefer that you actually not cut along that, but give yourself a little bit of room, about this much. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means. It just gives you a little less of an area to worry about. So I'm staying about that far away. So you're going to get this one cut out. You're going to get this is like side A. You're going to get your other one cut out. That would be like this one for this student. Get that one cut out. You're also going to grab one of these blank ones because these are going to be your middle. You might have seen this on the slide. You're just going to grab one of these. They might already be kind of pre-cut for you, but you're going to do the same thing and just really loosely cut around. Give yourself a little bit of an edge on there. Not a ton, but just enough to get by. Once those are cut out, side A, your blank one, and again side B. You can kind of pick your metals. So we have copper here. We have, talk about this next. We have nickel silver. And we actually have two different kinds of brass. Because like I said before in another video, there's lots of different kinds of brass out there because depending on the types of metals that you use to mix together, you get different variations of it. And you just kind of choose it. Now this one's a little older, so it does tarnish. They all tarnish at some point. So don't judge it based upon that and say, well, that looks dirty, I'm not going to use that. You're going to polish these anyways when you're all done with it. So I'm going to pick a color. Now, when you pick these, you got to kind of think ahead a little bit because your inside blank one is the one that you were going to see on the inside. So when I cut this one out, I'm going to cut all the white out. So when I cut the white out, you're going to see the blank. So I might want to have copper, for the inside, and then I might want to have this because I'm going to have this outside ring. I'm going to be cutting. I'm going to see my note because that's going to stay there. That's going to be nickel silver, and when I cut that white out, you're going to see the copper underneath. So you got to think of this as layers. And then I'm probably going to grab a brass, for my last one, So I can have like a side A, that's a color, a side B, that's a color, and this. If you can, don't use all of one color, like don't use all nickel silver, just because I run out of it. It's not that it's like terribly more expensive. Metal in general is just kind of expensive. But do try to mix it up a little bit so I don't have to worry about it. So I make sure I have enough for everybody. Once this is done, the next step that you're going to do is you're going to make sure that this doesn't have plastic on it. Sometimes when you buy these, I think the copper did. Yeah, this one does right here. Sometimes they have a plastic coating on there to help prevent it from tarnishing real quickly. So make sure that you peel off any plastic that might be on it, okay? I don't think this nickel silver does. So I'm taking my finger, scraping across there. You can ask me if I think it does. I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing right now and just kind of scraping, and I don't think it is. I can see, minor scratches across here. That's why companies do that, so you don't have those scratches. But we're going to polish it up anyway, so it doesn't matter a ton anyways. So next is that the circle should fit, comfortably within this. That's why we cut them this way. I'm going to take some stick glue. So I have this. I'm going to put it on the back side of my circle here, and I want to cover the whole thing. Okay, whole thing is covered. I'm going to set it down on here. It doesn't matter how you set it down. And then I also put packaging tape on here. I do everything that I can to make sure that this does not come off. And I can fold it around the outside of it. If you happen to miss a little bit of it, it's not that big a deal. But this should work pretty good. Stick glue is usually, there's a drawer of it in our main area. at the front of the classroom. Otherwise, sometimes I'll have this on my desk or I'll have it out when I need it. So next step is to, I mean, you do this to all three of them. And then I would cut out your center first because it'll help teach you how to do it. Because if this is my center, because as my blank went on here, you're only going to cut out the outside edge. And then that makes it a lot easier. You get really used to cutting, and it's a pretty simple design. Once that's done, I would not cut out your outside edge until the very end. I would actually cut the inside out, okay, first. And the way that you do that is you're going to ask me, I'm going to drill a hole inside of here, and then you'll have to slide your blade through there and then tighten it. It's a little tricky, but that's what we do. You'll cut all your inside pieces, you'll take your blade out, and then you'll cut the outside, because it's a lot easier to hold this and have these as to hold it, and to cut all your inside pieces and then do your easy outside. So do your small areas first and work on your outs. But I would do this one first just because it's just easy. You're just cutting the outside ring there. You're not cutting the inside ring, and you're good. So good luck on that. Let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, good luck. Thanks.